Antonio, Texas, home to the UTSA Roadrunners. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the UTSA Roadrunners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Pirates offense takes the field for the first time today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets it down at the 23.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Off play action. That's caught. It's Smith. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Let's talk for a second about East Carolina. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
Off the play fake on first down. That's reeled in. It's Montgomery. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Pirates racing to the line in the hurry-up. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. It's Hauser. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about this defense coming out the gates? First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. With that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Roadrunners offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden...
There he goes! Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Might as well give it to him again. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Back to pass, it's McCow. Throws for the tight end. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. And the Roadrunners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Roadrunners come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Roadrunners can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, the ground game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play.
He's going for the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UTSA. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss.
7, East Carolina, 3.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. One final play before the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the break, and it's UTSA on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
East Carolina, 3.
They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Corners are walked up tight. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Pirates will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Hits him in stride at the 10. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UT San Antonio.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. FIU is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Jacksonville State. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Got a man. It's Smith. Gave them a little room to work with before going out of bounds at the 10. And the Pirates line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Slithers into space.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Roadrunners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's McCow. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice game.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Lost a throw on first down. Gets it out fast. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
On the option. He'll toss it. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. With jet sweep pass. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
How about that? You don't see those touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. From the gun. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock it down back at the 16.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal to go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Looking downfield, it's McCown. And that is incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. And the try is no good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. To the air on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
The Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. At the 45 on his way. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Pirates will hustle to the line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. To the air. It's Hauser. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Pirates need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Got out of trouble and throws. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
One more play before the teams head to the locker room. Looking to throw on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in San Antonio, and we've had a lively first half.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's McCown. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open, running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
3rd and 10, still back up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Oh, they're after him. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. And the Roadrunners will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the returner will be brought down. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. The short hands, it's O'Brien. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Pirates want to crank the tempo. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this.
Touchdown, Purple Pirates! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the hands because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more going for it all. Makes the grab down the left side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive, maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away. First down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. That's exactly what happened. Nice job.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's McCown. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Trying to set up the screen. Past the 30. Turning it on. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown.
linebacker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Pirates in the hurry-up.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And the Pirates are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Montgomery. He works his way to the 21-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. The Pirates will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's McCown. Pocket breaking down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Roadrunners come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to go up top. He makes a grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down at the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They've got the screen set up. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
That's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. Oh, he's got a chance. Past the first down marker and still running. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, ECU. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
He makes the grab for the tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Looking for room. It's Peterson.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. And the Roadrunners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Makes his man miss. There he goes. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Looking for a man. It's McCown. Bringing the heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Touch pass on the right. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll run the option. The offense coughs it up. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The offense fortunate to still have the ball, but also facing a big third down. Making side adjustments here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged out of the air. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
And this offense can just about taste taking the lead in the fourth quarter, but you do want to be careful not to score too quickly. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcats.
The defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get wide receivers, tight ends, speed the ball on the perimeter. Defense was ready for it. Pretty good job by the defense.
Dropping back, it's McCown. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded. You were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone, not start dancing and going the wrong way.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Nestled just inside that right upright. Just over a minute to go. Drama is high, guys, to see if they can hold on to this lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. With the catch, it's Smith. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Dropping back, it's Hauser. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And here we go. Down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll run it from the gun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
You sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis.